Hey, what's up? Today I thought I'd show you guys my stealth van life setup. Little stealth camper that I built not too long ago. It's a Chevy 250 Express right behind me. Perfect size in my opinion to store a lot. You would never be able to tell there was anything in here. Alright, let's check out the inside a little bit. These are super important to have. I guess we'll just go over the outside real quick. These are super important to have on your setup because right when I got this thing, I actually got broken into. So that way, if you have one of these and they bust out this portion of the lock, they can disengage it pretty easy and just pop that door open. But with this, there's no way that door is coming open. And as you see, there's no windows. It'd be pretty difficult to get in there. You'd have to be dedicated for sure. Once again, we have one right back here to lock this back area up too. There's tint on this back window, so I threw a camera so I can have a little bit of view if I hear somebody back here. No windows on this setup right here, just the back windows, which are tinted. I got that because I didn't want it to be easy for people to break into this. Good sized tires. This thing sits up pretty high. Okay, so let me show you guys the inside of this setup. Again, man, this is a perfect rig to fit a lot of stuff in it. I knew I was going with the Chevy 250 as soon as I saw it. Checked it out, did kind of the mental math in my head and figured, yeah, this can fit everything. So I got a little shaving mirror on the outside that you can take off and take anywhere with you. Pretty cool. This is the I wanted to have something I could clean my hands, brush my teeth, and all that good stuff. So I threw in this sink setup. You know, it's got the soap dispenser here, got some fancy soap in there. It's pump action, so just sit down on the stool right here. You can kind of brush your teeth and get ready for the day in here. So this is a pretty simple setup. This thing holds like 5 gallons of water. It's a pump setup, so you just step on this right here, then you'll have steady water. It's a good amount, you know. Wash your hands comes with a pretty cool little hand towel setup. Got another one down here. This is what it goes into. Just take this out and dump it whenever you're ready. This is the bathtub right here. This is like the key part of the setup because no one wants to be sleeping in their van stinky. I didn't want to be. So it's cool to have it because if you've got this and you're not using it, you can do what I do and store all your stuff in it. So I use it for storage. You could put a tabletop over it, use it as a table. But for the main thing, it's extra storage. And if you need to, and when you're ready and you're stinky and you've been camping or hiking, biking, whatever it may be, and you're ready for a shower, hop right in here. It's a really big shower setup. Got this little fancy thing to set a coffee in, set your book or your tablet on. Got the solar shower. I also have a rinse kit for this. A rinse kit is a pressurized shower setup that I have in here. The cool thing about this is ideally you have the doors open looking out onto the mountains or beautiful scenery. You can actually fill this up. I installed a knob here that you can turn, which would block this off, letting you put water in here, filling it up and soaking in a bathtub. If not, I kind of use it as a shower setup and just let the water run through. Right here is kind of an art piece, dual purpose art piece. It has basically a coat hanger or a towel hanger. These will fold right up if you're not using them. This right here is going to be, shampoos, little scrubbers, just kind of some bathing stuff that I just have kind of on display right now. This is the porta potty curve, I believe it's called. Really cool setup. This will show you the amount of water you have. This is how you flush it. It's an actually battery powered flush toilet. This is where the water goes. You just pop this open. Pretty sweet setup, you know. It's not something I use very much, but you know, shit happens. And sometimes you got to use the restroom and you're in a location where you can't just run anywhere and you know, do your business. So it does have the toilet seat, has this right here. It's pretty cool because it'll shoot water right out here when you flush it. See if we can get a shot of that. And it will just flush it. You open that up, it goes into a reservoir right below. Done deal. It seals it off so there's no odor, so you won't be, you know, forced to deal with that. And got the shower curtain right here to block this section off if you are traveling with somebody or your girl wants to take a shower or use the restroom in privacy. You do have that option. It's pretty nice little thing to have. Just drop that, boom. Anybody would feel a little bit better about showering or, you know, using the restroom with this thing closed. It's just kind of a little barrier for your privacy. Alright, so let me show you this backup camera that I use as kind of a security camera slash window. Just kind of a way to see what's going on outside me. So plug it in real quick and show you guys this little setup. This is just like a phone mount back there. That's suctioned onto my floating shelf. It works out. So you gotta turn this on, remember? So you turn that on, and then I got my I got the camera looking back at the back of the van. It works out great. You know, if I hear something, I just turn this on real quick, get to see what's going out. That would be right out there. But it's a pretty good, you know. It works at night too. It's got night vision settings, so yeah, you can see what's going on all the time. It's great. This is my carbon monoxide alarm, you know, which is really important if you're sleeping in the vehicle to have one of these. Safety first, guys. You never want to be, you never want to put yourself in a dangerous position. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be a fun kind of a way to travel around and explore, and enjoy life a little bit better. There's no time to be, you know, causing harm to your body during the process. Got some coat hangers right here. Just threw those up, hang things. Super important to have if you are in a van is a good fly swatter. Always get some unwanted guests living in the van that you want to get rid of. Got a nice Bluetooth speaker. It's called the Buckshot. It's a Buckshot Big Turtle Shell. That's what it is. Super cool because it is a power source as well, so I can hook up my phone to this on the back through the USB port and charge my phone, the little device, the smaller devices, so I don't have to use my generator for everything and use that for the stuff I need, like my fan over there, which is the real MVP. This guy right here is super cool. It's like it's a 12 volt, super low energy consumption. This thing barely takes 5 watts on high, so I can power this thing with my generator for probably 5 days straight. Perfect little setup. You must have one for your setup. It's got a really long cord, so I can kind of stretch it around, put it wherever I need it to go. I put the blackout curtains right here just to separate, but I've got the divider, which it's metal down here, metal all below there. Up top is a plastic divider right here, which I drilled holes into, so I can, with the front windows down, I can get some air through there. Here's a better shot of some of the holes that I've drilled in there, all up and down the side. Then I have bug nets separating this, so, you know, if I do have the windows down, get a little bit of breeze through there into the front cab that gets blown into the back with the fan and just naturally seeps into the back. Yeah, this is my couch slash bed setup. This thing is really cool because you can adjust everything on this guy. So what you can do is these will kind of pop up in multiple levels, which is kind of like a built-in pillow or an armrest. It does it on both sides and drops right back down. And these are also go into different settings before it lays completely flat. So you can kind of be in a lounge mode while you're watching your movie over here. Super cool thing. This comes out into a bed. I'll show you how I make the bed setup in a second. But it's just basically a fancy futon. Underneath is where I've got some storage. Got some storage crates down there. They look good with the setup. You know, I store all kinds of necessary gear down here. This is a very important box right here. I love coffee, so this is all my coffee stuff right here. First of all, you gotta have your cup, Van Life cup right here. This is a Flat Track coffee. They're out in Austin. It's a super cool cafe. Has some really cool stuff, kind of motorcycle based coffee cafe. Super dope. It's got the van on it. Cool ass cup. Oh shit, what everybody says when their coffee runs out. Then you've got the kettle right here. I've got a Bodum coffee setup right here. This is for, you know, when you're trying to make coffee for 5 or 6 people. Use this big setup right here. Got this cutie, this Bialetti setup right here. Basically a bunch of ways to make some black coffee. You gotta have one of these. This is a hand-powered crank grinder, so you can make your coffee anywhere and you don't need an electric grinder. Then I've got a super cute mini French press. So yeah, a bunch of ways to make the same type of coffee. This is what I use right here for my teas, coffee, soups. Bam, got the MSR. This is the newest pocket rocket. This thing is like literally, let me show you how small this thing is. Literally fits in my hand. But this will screw onto here. Let me show you real quick. This right here is what you would use to, you know, set your kettle on. Screw this into the Isopro all-season fuel blend right here. And once you screw that on, you can do your your soups, your coffees, your teas, whatever else you need to heat up. This is going to be the setting on the flame, so you got a stronger flame. And this thing is amazing. This is super lightweight, super small. I love anything compact, super minimal gear. I love it. It works good. It's got a super strong flame coming out of here, and you can control it right here on the side. And you saw how small it packs up. I mean, I had it tucked away right in here, no problem. Got some coffee beans down there. This is also part of this setup. These are fuel can stabilizers. This thing, if this is shooting out, you never want to cook inside your setup. I mean, my insulation is probably super flammable. This is all wood up here that I've put, tongue and groove wood over here that I screwed right into the bones of the van. But yeah, super flammable materials. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. So cook outside, you know, throw it on that table over there, cook right outside the van, and kind of be worry free. Let me show you the stabilizer if you guys are curious about them. So this right here will fit. It's got these little fold out legs right here that act as support, and it's got a couple grooves in here, so you can get a smaller can or a bigger can of propane or your isopro in right there. So you'll set it there. This will clip into the first setting because it's the smaller one. Let me put this down real quick. Okay, so it'll basically hug the can, creating better support. So when you're cooking, you don't want to, knock this can over accidentally. This flame, I don't believe it'll burn out. So what'll happen is, if I knocked it over right here, it would shoot fire into the wood, which would be, probably the end of my home on wheels right here. So yeah, super important to have it. Just be smart while you're cooking. So that's what's, an example of what I keep in some of these crates in the van. Gotta have coffee, man. You gotta have the bean juice. Alright. Some other things I have under this setup is just, kind of just some more gear. I've got some movies and a small library, a small collection of books I use whenever I just feel like getting some reading in. Some movies for the laptop when I'm just chilling, when I watch a funny movie. Pop it into the computer, and I got a little entertainment system. This Bluetooth speaker hooks up to the computer, and it's a pretty good way to watch a movie and relax. Over here I've got just a kind of a cheap drawer that I just threw in here. It's got 3 different compartments. This is like, what I use is just, I bungee this to some of the bones of the van back here that I left exposed because I wanted to throw a motorcycle in here eventually. On some trips if I needed to, I wanted the option to throw one in here, so I left these like areas exposed, like the top of this, so I can mount stuff, whatnot. I got this bungee here with these clips, so I can put whatever I need. If I want to put a bug net up over there, I can do that. So that's a super cool thing that I put up here. This has been a huge help lately. But over here, I've got, it's bungee back there so it won't move around. None of this stuff in here moves around while I'm driving. So on this setup, it's got 3 different compartments. This first one, it's a cool setup, it's just these little bungees that you just pull out, drop down. This is kind of the junk drawer, but this is all my charging cables, extra phone, some just a couple electronics and chargers and stuff. Then you'll just pick this right back up. You've got this second drawer, got some more stuff down there, a couple clothes. And then down here, I think we got some food. Just throw some stuff down there. I haven't really put much in these drawers. Yeah, but underneath the storage, got some more storage here. Storage is super important. Got some more blackout curtains for this, just so if I'm in here at night, you can't see through these tinted windows, but as you see, you do get a good amount of light through them. So some blackout curtains to to kind of pimp out the stealth aspect of this. And yeah, as you can see, no light gets through there. And at night, if I have all my lights in here, my super bright LED lights shining, or a movie, you can't see anything from the outside. So super important to have this. This right here, just, you know, these curtains would fall right here, and you need every inch of space in the van. So this just kind of pushes them back a little bit. I'd like it to be even more, but it works out good. These doors open up, kind of creates a pretty good breeze through here when you're in the right location. And yeah, so this is pretty much the setup. I think it looks pretty clean. I've got everything I need. I've got the sink, which can also be drinking water. I've got a bathtub, a restroom, couch / bed, workstation, storage, more storage. Yeah, what else do you need? I'm comfortable. I love staying in here. I'm not full-time in it yet, but just waiting for the opportunity. Right now I'm not in a super huge need to jump around, but every time I need to take a trip, I jump in this thing, and I have a great time at state parks, camping, any city I go to. I'm still only about 50% done with this setup. I've done the inside, but there's a lot I want to do to the outside. For instance, I'm gonna put a hitch. I'm gonna roll up to Austin, Texas, and throw a hitch on the front. There's a company that I've been working with. They're gonna put a hitch on the front because I've got CNG tanks in the back, which kinda sucks, but you know, I use these doors a lot. I don't really need a motorcycle blocking these doors right here. So the front is gonna work out. I've got a Honda Ruckus scooter and a Suzuki 250. You can see them on some other videos on my channel, but yeah, throw the scooter on the front is something I want to do. Put the hitch, then put the motorcycle rack, throw the scooter so I can go to any city, park this gas guzzler, jump on the scooter or the motorcycle, which both of them are super great with gas mileage. I've got 80 on the Suzuki, and then like over 100 for the Honda Ruckus. And the Honda Ruckus is just cool. Both of the bikes are super cool, so that's something I want to do. I would like to put a roof rack up here, maybe a ladder rack, and I mean, I would really love to have a rack up top and a small deck, like a small area I can throw a chair up there and get some sun on my white legs or something and relax. I would really like that. That way it would also, I think that it would create a barrier for the heat too. Like if there's a deck up there, I feel like it would absorb the sun there, leaving my roof cool. I've got some pretty good insulation up here, but can never have too much insulation. So that's something I also want to do with the front. I might get some bigger tires on this thing, but as of right now, it's pretty good. I would like to put some fold-out tables on these doors so I can, you know, cook outside pretty easily. Just have more space. The floors are kind of a sandalwood shade. I think it looks really good having two different types of wood in the setup. I don't remember what this is, if this is cedar or I don't remember, but it looked good. I didn't stain it. I just kept it all fresh so it smells like a log cabin in here. And yeah, I think it looks super smooth. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way this setup turned out. I had an idea and I just went for it, and yeah, I hope you guys like it too. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how this pulls out into a bed and how I sleep. Next thing I'm going to do to this is probably going to be a just throw some good artwork in here. You know, I love art. I'm a super good artist myself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm alright. But I love art. I need some art in my life, so if you guys have any suggestions on where to get any magnet art, I would love to know, because I've got a lot of exposed metal that I'd like to cover up. And what better way to do it than throw some beautiful art up or some cool funny stuff. So let me know if you guys have any ideas on that. And yeah, that's the next step. Then I'm gonna start saving for these motorcycle racks, the roof rack slash deck. Yeah, it should be a cool learning experience. So thanks again, guys. I love the YouTube community. Anything that I can do to help, I go to YouTube for anything. I'm always on there looking up and DIYs or how to do. I basically learned how to build my setup through watching different videos and taking as much as I could from everybody on there. So thanks YouTube community, you guys rock. And yeah, I'm super excited to start doing some travels. I'm gonna post all my stuff online, so stay tuned, subscribe, it helps. Leave a comment, hit that like button, it always helps. Cool. But if anything, I hope that I just helped the next person with some questions they had. Or if you guys have any questions, if you guys are in in Texas, anywhere in Texas, man, and you're thinking about doing this, let me know. I'll straight up travel to you and help you out. I know a little bit from everything I learned doing it myself. I built all this myself. I had one friend helping me. But basically it was just like me grinding this out, putting all these little touches into it. Let me know if you need help. I'm here. I'll help you. I love people with super cool ideas like this, so I would love to help you build your own setup. Let me know. So, and this looks comfortable right now. So, you got any questions, just let me know. I'll definitely get back to you if you're curious about it. I love talking about the setup. It was a beautiful idea, and all it took was just a little initiative. Anybody could do it. If this is your dream and you're curious about a good way to travel around, this is the way to do it. Yeah, if you have any questions about the materials I used or some of the products that I use, let me know. I will definitely fill you in on where to get them and how much they are and whatnot. So yeah, if you think there's anything I could add to help it out. I live in Texas, so it's super hot. The AC thing is something I don't have. I'm just getting by with fans and hopefully it's a cool breeze at night. Most of the time it is. So it's been working out, but I've been thinking about building a DIY AC out of a cooler or something like that. So I don't know, if you guys have any ideas or suggestions on that, let me know. Cool. I hope you guys enjoyed the setup. I'm already here, so it's been a long day. I'm gonna take a little nap. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Stay tuned. I'm gonna have a moto vlog out soon, so yeah. The channel's gonna be straight up moto vlogs and van life.